Sonal for that. So there is one more kind of sort of disruption for some of these established companies. Prakash, any thoughts on either the lock-ins as Vivek outlined, or this the the threat from Geo Financial Services, which Sonal outlined? Macquarie saying, well, it's likely to be, a significant player. Go on.
Yeah, so let me address the impact of the lock-in getting over, because that's something which is fairly evident and has been in the making for the last week or so. And as Vivek very well explained, it's some of them which are getting impacted for the simple reason that the offerings in the first place were done in times of very exuberance, valuations. The environment was so benign, so exuberant, not just benign, and you had easy money. Most of these funds that have invested actually had compulsion to invest at that point in time into businesses that kind of qualified for their objectives. But the nature of the businesses, we understand, are where you scale up, you build up, you get a presence felt, and then you start turning profitable, because all these businesses have done whatever they've done in terms of top line growth in a very short span of time. So retail investors really need to understand that if you're going to race to a market share situation, you will have to burn cash, and they have burned cash, which is fair enough as a business model. But are you willing to participate in that long journey where it turns profitable is a big question. And my sense is, Prashant, importantly, not just the price erosion. We've seen like 80% in some cases, like Paytm. Nykaa also has had a significant erosion. Now you'll probably see a long time correction as well. So the price correction has happened. It'll probably be followed with a time correction, which is going to be what people should understand, and they shouldn't kind of just expect that the trough has been made and you'll start seeing it go up the same way it's come down. So that's the very important thing that we need to understand. The business has to be given time to turn profitable, and hence that time correction which I alluded. On the Geo FinTech thing, I think it's a very interesting play, because all the building blocks have been put in place from the last 3 years. So when Geo launched that omni-channel campaign and tried roping in the traders into its network, while the consumer side was anyways growing at a very scorching pace, it kind of makes for a great ecosystem to just pump in the new product lines. And finance is something which they can very easily do. It would probably start with trade finance and then personal loans and then bigger ticket products and stuff like that. But I think it's still some time for it to start making an impact on some of these other businesses. So that could probably be a bit which still might be some time away, at least 6 to 12 months away before you will start seeing the impact. But yes, it's a very promising thing for the Geo platform. That's one more revenue stream that we need to put on an SOTP valuation next time once it starts churning the numbers, because it's an incremental growth which comes to the balance sheet, right? So that's going to be a great addition, very exciting. But it'll take some time for it to impinge on the prospects of the competition or the peer group at this point.
Okay, all right. Prakash, I wanted your view on Metropolis Health. They've put out a clarification on the exchanges. We had it flashing for our viewers on the screen. They're saying that the IT department officials, they've left their premises. There's been no impact on the operations, and business activities have resumed as normal. The stock took a hard knock because of that raid that was there. What's your view at around this 1,450 odd?
So, Nigel, it's an interesting behavior. As a stock, if you see, it resisted a lot of the negativity that emerged from this disruptive moves that some of the competition made, right, in terms of pricing. Right? And when they reset their pricing, the impact was felt on the P&L, or it began to be felt on the P&L. Now, before that could damage it further, you got this trigger. So a lot of people probably, believe that if there's some event like this, it's time to kind of look at something else and move out. And that's what I think they're trying to assuage or mitigate that perception by clarifying that the raid is over and it's not impacted the operations of the diagnostic centers, which is the revenue generating area, right? So hopefully they'll probably have a steady state from what it was, let's say, before this event happened. But I don't see it to be of great value suddenly at even these 1400 plus levels, where you could kind of come back to the highs of the past. So it's going to be a while. It may not be as negatively impacted as some of these new age businesses have got, because it's been profitable. It's a much more established, proven franchise. So, it's not going to be negative in that sense from here on, but I think it'll take time to gradually participate in the growth on the numbers as we go along.
Prakash, do stay on. Need to slip into a break. As we do that, here is a